Hello, I'm here. I just remembered I don't have desktop audio anymore, so I need to add an audio source real fast. Everybody hold. If I want to play this trailer on Steam, I need an audio source for Steam. Steam, please make audio source. Hey, look. Is that the right Steam? I think so. My cat's here. We're gonna find out. I'm gonna see. Let's see. That's been added. Let's put it under audio. Oh my god, Dorian. He looked like he was about to trip and fall. Hi. Anyway, we're gonna watch the demo of the game I'll be playing. It's called STARCULT Night Twisted Age by Not a Cat Studios. Developer and publisher is Not a Cat Studios. I believe it's their first game, and I clicked on it. There wasn't anything else listed. So I think it's their first game. I definitely get. I mean, it's a visual novel horror game. So I'm curious. I'm excited. The demo doesn't go live until Monday, so I'm getting to play it a little bit early, which is fun. Dorian, hi, buddy. Can I talk? Am I allowed to talk? Can I read the screen in front of me without you being in my face? Hello, my sweet, sweet. What are you mad about? What are you mad about? That I moved you out from the keyboard? Come on. Come on. Don't get mad. This is not a new thing, you know. Alright, can I read now? Please? Please? Alright. So, STARCULT Night Twisted Age is a dark fantasy visual novel with elements of romance and horror, where a palette of emotions reveals hidden intentions and changes the future. Uncover the mystery behind Sylvia's husband's death and their wedding night ends after their wedding night ends in tragedy. I you guys cannot see how disruptive he's being to me right now. Anyways, we're gonna watch this. We're gonna watch the trailers for the gameplay, so you guys can kind of see what it's about, and then I'll play it for stream. All right, let's do this first one. Oh, let me turn it up. Let me make sure it's actually gonna play. Okay, it is. Ow, Dorian. Hey. Up to 15 options within a single dialogue is a crazy amount of options. Look at those character designs, too. Okay. So you get to choose activities as well that probably influence what you find and what you don't find, like a detective game almost, which is kind of cool. Okay, here's the second one. Dorian. Same kind of scenes here. Different music. The music's intense. So certain things are locked, which is interesting. But yeah, it looks like a really interesting game. And as soon as I get my cat out from behind my monitor... Come on. As soon as I get my cat out from behind my monitor, I'll play it. Here. You can't go back there. You break my camera constantly, my friend. There you go. Have some treats for your misbehaving. I should not be rewarding him, but I needed to tempt him out from behind my monitor. And he knocked my light over as well. Somehow, he is so good at this. Alright. I don't know if the demo has controller support. So I might be doing it keyboard and mouse, which is fine. He also did move this light. Okay, there we go. There we go. The most disruptive man's in my house. Ooh. It's not full screen. Okay. Let me see if I have an option to turn it to full screen. Oh, it's loud. Full screen. There we go. Now let me go to window, back to window real fast. And let me turn this down in my mixer. You guys can't hear it yet, but you will in a second. Hopefully. There we go. Yeah. Let's see. Mixer. I don't know if there's any voice acting. Voice volume is here. So let's do music down a little. Sounds down a little. Okay, so let's do sounds here, music here, voices like right here. I want to be able to hear them. Oh my gosh, Larkin! Maggie gave you a gift sub. That's exciting. No, Dorian! Dorian! He's gone. Oh my god, this cat. I don't know what's wrong with him. He knows we're going away next week. What happened to Sea of Stars? I'm playing a demo today. I talked about it. I put it on my schedule. I changed it in Discord. I got access to this demo, so I'm playing it. Nothing's happened with Sea of Stars. We just are not playing it today. All right. I can't load the game. All right. But also, how are you, Larkin? I hope you're well. Somewhere far, far away exists a world that is similar to our own, but twisted. There is no sun. Instead, a mysterious cosmic radiation illuminates the land. These bursts of radiations are known as days. And the pauses between them as nights. Shards of knowledge are scattered across two different classes. The majority of the population consists of commoners. They hold a variety of occupations, including farming, crafting, and serving in noble households. Commoners recognize the authority of the nobility and require their guidance and governance. I realize up here it says Alpia or Alpha. I think it's Alpia. Day 1 investigation. I have here present and sketchbook, but I don't want to click on sketchbook yet in case it skips any of this. The nobles are the ruling minority that governs the cities. Power rests with a small group of noble families, and is passed down from one generation to the next. Larkin, thank you for rescuing the grub and also for getting first. The grub father thanks you, and so do I, and also my cat has knocked my microphone to the side. Oh, come on. Sorry, guys. He would be absolutely a menace when I'm playing a demo. Once upon a time, a star fell from the sky, marking the birth of a special noble. Nice try. Come here. No, no. Not a Cat Studio presents. You are a cat. This is Not a Cat Studios. Ow. I know so little about this world. You are a cat. Therefore, you shouldn't be interrupting this game, because this is by Not a Cat Studios. My childhood is spent with my parents as part of a noble family. Our servants took care of my daily life, education, and manners, while my parents were always cold and distant. Sometimes we visited other noble families when they were throwing social events. Dude, stop. I'm trying to do this. You need to stop. What are you doing? No. I'll be right back, everyone. Sorry. Sorry. No. I'm back. I had to keep him out of the room. He kept biting me. He kept trying to go behind my monitor. He was being very bad. So I closed both entrances to my room and I opened up the other door that lets him get back to his litter box and his food. And he can stay out there until break time, and then I'll let him back in. So sorry for all that. I think he knows me and my mom are going away next week, and he's mad at us. No treats for him. I gave him treats already to coax him out from behind my monitor, and he just continued to act like a brat, so... So right now, no more treats for him. If you redeem them for him, he will get them later. Okay. Sometimes we visited other noble families when they were throwing social events. On one such occasion, I was lucky, and Hans Nebula took an interest in me. Hans Nebula. Give Dorian a treat. Alright. If I decide to let him back in... I mean, I'll open the door again at break time, and hopefully he'll behave. Past treats. Aha! To redeem for the treats I already gave him. We danced, and when the ball ended, we began to exchange letters. I thought I had the chance to change my life, so I tried my best not to ruin it. After 2 months, Hans asked for my hand. How could I refuse him, the young head of the Nebula house? The marriage was planned without hesitation. That seems... I mean, that's pretty normal for Regency-era nobles. I don't know if you would consider these people Regency-era nobles, but... It was a huge celebration, a ball on the Nebula estate. Many people I didn't yet know. Waltzing, laughing, enjoying each other's company, chatting over a glass of good wine, and celebrating the union of two families. Hans was a good dancer, as a true noble must be. I saw something come up here. I think it said we met Hans. I think that's what it said, but I saw it a little too quickly because I was also reading this. I was over the stars with happiness, but I couldn't shake the feeling that he seemed nervous. Suddenly, he leaned over and whispered in my ear, I have a gift for you. Something special. Don't worry, I'll explain how to use it. The orchestra played their final chord and the dance ended. Hans strode to the middle of the ballroom. Dear guests, it brings me joy to see you all here. As you know, today we're celebrating my marriage to Lady Sylvia. The crowd erupted into applause. But what good is a wedding without a gift? He turned to Sylvia with a necklace and carefully fastened it around her neck. To her surprise, the jewelry wasn't a beautiful piece of art. In fact, it was a heavy, spiky collar. This is... Don't be upset, darling. This is only the first part of my gift. Hans clapped once, and the guards appeared with a man between them. This man is making me think of that one NPC from Baldur's Gate 3 in the Goblin Camp that, the guy I think it's Leviatar. That's not the person's name, it's, the god's name, but that's who this is making me think of right now. I don't know why, but I'm just getting that vibe. Thank you for the lurk. His eyes were blindfolded and his arms were tied behind his back. At first glance, it was merely a commoner, but then a strange feeling washed over her. You're giving me a prisoner? The unknown commoner raised his head at the sound of her voice. He looked, no, rather felt familiar, but she couldn't recognize him yet. All she could do was stare. A familiar whisper broke her trance. He will be a prisoner until we have educated him, my dear. Then he will become your personal servant. The prisoner gave her a crooked smile. That voice. I know you. Lady Sylvia. Is it you? I've been looking for you for so long, Sylvia. It's me, Balthazar. We need to talk. The crowd started to whisper. Hans' smile curled into a sneer of disgust. Silence! Don't you dare to speak without Noble's permission. Take him to the cellar and teach him some manners while you're down there. The guards nodded and started to drag the prisoner away. The whole world is in danger! You must listen! Can't you hear me, Sylvia? How could he know my name? Am I already famous as Hans's wife? Who's that man, my love? He tried to turn the commoners against noble rule. Eventually the townsfolk reported him. He was due to be executed, but I bought him for you. After the proper training, you can use him for anything you can imagine. Proper training. He doesn't look obedient. How can I control him? With your necklace, of course. You see, all commoners are tied to their own piece of art. Often a piece of jewelry or a statuette, but sometimes something more unusual. You just need to discover which object they are tied to and then own it. Oh. This is... I'm listening to an audiobook series. And this is making me think of that now. I'm drawing so many comparisons. I'm listening to... I don't know what the actual series is called. It's... The first book is, The Empire of Gold by S.A. Chakraborty. And then there's the Kingdom of Copper and the City of Brass. No, wait. City of Brass is the first one. Kingdom of Copper is the second one. Empire of Gold is the third one. But it's like Jinns and Devas. And they all have like their vessel that they can keep but it's also how they get enslaved by the Ifrit. And that's what this is making me think of. 100%. Same kind of concept, I think. So that is how our reign persists. I see. The ball continued late into the Alpha night. Hans became tired of his guests' attention and masterfully slipped away from the crowd. He always seems so tired after official meetings, even his own marriage celebration. I worry for him, but I also can't stop thinking about that prisoner. Does he really know something, or were they just the lies of a desperate man? Sylvia's choices can affect her... Oh, the tutorial is talking. Sylvia's choices can affect her relationships with the people around her. You can use the save feature in the menu to explore the story's different paths at your own pace. Okay. Let's see. Let's look at the sketchbook. This feature. Oh, this part's not ready yet. I think none of this is ready yet. I think that's one of the things that was mentioned. Glossary. Nebula. The Nebula family is one of the most powerful noble families in town. Sylvia's husband, Hans, was the head of the family, but now that role belongs to his mother, Vivian Nebula. The nobles are the ruling minority that govern the country. Power rests with a small group of noble families and is passed down from one generation to the next. Commoners. The majority of the country's population consists of commoners. They have a variety of occupations, including farming, crafts, and serving in noble households. Commoners recognize the authority of the nobility and require their guidance. Require their guidance and governance. Require is an interesting word choice. I bet that's gonna come up. Alpha night is the best time for stargazing, as the weather is always clear. The sky takes on a violet hue, and violet particles float in the air. Alright, so we can save here. I'm gonna go find Balthazar. I'm more curious about that. Hans will be fine left alone with his salts. He's used to it, after all. But as for that prisoner, who knows how long he'll stay alive if he keeps courting trouble. I still can't remember who he is, but it seems he knows something important about me. I must talk to him before it's too late. She made her way through the crowded ballroom, then crept down the estate's long corridors until she found the cellar stairs. The dim, damp stone passageway led her to a long row of cells. They'd housed prisoners in the past, but nowadays they were used for wine barrels, cheese wheels, and other wonderful delicacies. The prisoner must be in one of the cells, but which one? Soon, a dim gas light allowed her to see two figures at the end of the stone corridor. Guards. They might have some questions. I'll have to use my persuasion skills. Halt! Who's there? Cool. I mean, it's just a guard, but it makes me think of a character from Lies of P DLC. And she's cool. Oh, it's you, milady. Good evening. What brings you here on such a special occasion? I must see the prisoner. His words in the ballroom disturbed me, and I want him to explain himself. Very well, milady. He might be dangerous, so stay close to us, and don't come too close to the gate. Of course. You're a brave one, Sylvia, coming here in spite of the warnings. Oh, no blindfold. Your relationship with Balthazar increased. This is a work-in-progress feature. I got you. No problemo. No problemo, demo. How do you know my name? Have we met? Before I answer your question, I ask you to answer one of mine. How do you feel about your husband? We can save again. I have a deal with him. Hans is my partner in a deal, that is all. So, it's just a deal, hmm? Of course. And you have no feelings for him? I don't know yet. It's far too early to be sure. It would not be wise to jump to conclusions. These things take time. That makes sense. If you are satisfied with my answer, I'm still waiting for your answer to my question. Oh yes, your question. We met, but in another life. Well, I guess he's just crazy, but still, he feels familiar to me somehow. Really? And what were we doing in that previous life? Were we both nobles, or maybe we were gods? Yes, exactly, gods. You could call us that. He's definitely delusional. At least he doesn't seem aggressive, so let's see where this goes. And what were we doing as gods? Ruling mortals? Enjoying endless feasts and pleasure? No, not at all. We were hiding. He's definitely crazy, but why does it feel like there's a strange truth to his words? I'm sweating in spite of the chill stone walls. I just can't stop myself asking him for more. Do-do-do-do-do-do. We were hiding? From whom? He waved for Sylvia to come closer to the cell door. She was so intrigued that she leaned in without hesitation. Could go bad for you, girl. From the black holes. Shock. A wave of agony flashed through her head. The black holes? Why does it sound so familiar? Did I see something like this in a dream? Clutching her head in pain, she stumbled away from the door and fell to her knees. No one was ever a peasant run over by a manure cart in their past life. Were you run over by a manure cart in your past life? I know, one character in media who was run over by a manure cart many times throughout the years. Throughout many timelines. Run over might be stretching it. But, Biff from in Back to the Future deserved every bit of manure he ever fell into. That was weird. I swear I saw a shadow out of the corner of my eyes, guys. I thought it was my cat climbing the door, and then I remember my cat's not in here. Clutching her head in pain, she stumbled away from the door and fell to her knees. Her vision dimmed as she was close to fainting. And where does this terrible fear come from? She closed her eyes in an attempt to calm down and reclaim control of her body. You filthy bastard! What have you done to milady? I gave her a pinch of truth and nothing more. We'll show you the truth. Come here. She heard the sound of the cage door creaking open. And then ruthless blows landing on flesh, swearing from the guards, and muffled moans of pain. Can you walk, milady? May I help you reach your bedroom? She opened her eyes and felt a little better. It's fine, I can go alone. Please don't worry. Are you sure? She didn't answer, but pushed his hand away and walked briskly back to the cellar stairs. Been so long since I've seen Back to the Future. I love the Back to the Future movies. They're so good. All the way to her bedroom, she tried her best to calm down. But even after reaching her sanctuary of safety and closing the door behind her, her hands were shaking. She took some pills in the hope of soothing her racing mind, and didn't bother to undress before collapsing onto the bed. I wonder, will Hans join me soon? Or will he work until Beta Day this time? Do we have something about Beta Day? Black holes. Among the ordinary folk, there are legends that say a completely dark sky is never seen. Instead, the darkness surrounding the stars actually comes from black holes, which are gradually swallowing up the stars one by one. There are so many stars that we just haven't noticed the difference. During Beta Day, the radiation level is low enough to go outside and enjoy the warm red light. The sky takes on a red hue and red particles float in the air. She waited for him, counting her breaths and feeling her heartbeats finally slow. When she gave into sleep, he had still not appeared. When she opened her eyes, she was surrounded by stars. As she tried to focus on her sleepy sight, she saw a human figure among them. So, you finally want to know more? I can say it your thirst, but first we must train you. As an artist, you perceive the world differently, more deeply than others. You have a bright, associative imagination, so you can imagine emotions as colors of paint. Before being used, those paints must be placed on a palette. Are you listening, Sylvia? Yes, of course. Good. No, I think she was zoning out, guys. Joy becomes yellow, anger is red, fear is purple, and sadness becomes blue. These are the basic emotions you will encounter throughout your journey. With them, you can change the outcomes of your conversations. Beware, you can only use your control of emotions to influence conversations when you see the eye socket. Okay. Oh, I see how it works. But enough of the boring theory. Let's have some fun! Ask me something by using your emotions. Oh, that's right, I should change options. Hover for preview. What was our relationship? About his plans? Can we be together again? Why are you lying about your celestial background? What are you plotting? Isn't it horrible to hide eternally? Are you going to die soon? How long have you been looking for me? Isn't it lonely in your cell? I like how long have you been looking for me? Sadness can be used to make others pity you or to simply open your soul to those who you trust. It feels like it took forever, but it's difficult to estimate precisely. The whole concept of time works differently in the void, you know. I'm fascinated you asked that. I see you're interested. Do you want to know anything else? Sure, yes, that was fun. Wink. So, let's try joy. What was our relationship? Joy can be used to change the topic from an uncomfortable one, or to play the fool as a distraction. It was bright and passionate. Ooh la la. Just noting the question mark in Balthazar's name. Balthazar? Question mark? You're right. I didn't notice that either. Did it have that when it was in the jail cell? Is it a question mark because we are in a dream right now and I'm not sure if it's really Balthazar? I didn't look. Don't you recall that, Sylvia? Don't worry, we'll have a chance to restore your lost memories. But for now, is there anything else? Yes. I want to just try each one. What are you plotting? Anger can be used to relieve your stress or express your strong personality. Me? Plotting? No way, Sylvia. I'm just a poor prisoner given to you as a wedding gift. Soon I will prove I can be useful, but besides that, what else do you want to know? Alright, and then we need to do fear. Isn't it horrible to hide eternally? To protect your psyche from trauma. Yes, it is horrible indeed. So that's why I'm here, to change my life. And to warn everyone about the great danger. I'm glad you are aware of that. No, I think that's good. It is enough for me. As you wish, Sylvia. Sylvia! At that moment, her conversation partner transformed into something else. Something inexplicable and eldritch. What's going on? What is this thing? You meet Unknown. Your relationship with Unknown increased. Sylvia can gain an understanding of the true nature of the world and of herself. She does this by building her relationship with the Unknown. Suddenly, a distant voice called her name. Milady Sylvia. Who is calling me? What's going on? Oh, it was just a dream. She lay with her eyes closed for a moment as she returned to reality. Milady Sylvia! It's your husband. Hans is... It was a horrible beginning to Beta Day. No one knew how or why, but Hans was dead. Oh, now I'm curious. My maiden, Cassiopeia, our butler, Gilbert, and I tried to save Hans's life, but his wounds were fatal. Okay, hold on. Okay. Artist. The gift of a true artist is rare and highly prized among noble families. Artists hone their craft to perform special rituals, including the birth ritual and the healing ritual. Emotions. Every event that Sylvia experiences evokes certain emotions. As an artist, she stores these emotions in her emotion palette and can use them, and then uses them to influence the people around her. Palette. The emotion palette is Sylvia's visual representation of the power she has for controlling emotions. Each color represents one of the basic emotions: yellow for joy, red for anger, blue for sadness, and purple for fear. Void. The dimension of existence where physical matter does not exist, but souls take on form. This term is used in ancient texts and legends, and it is synonymous with the astral world. A maiden, who can also be referred to as a lady-in-waiting, is a woman who attends to a royal or noble woman. She is typically of high social rank herself. Her duties include accompanying the lady in public and private settings, assisting with dressing, correspondence, and social engagements, and acting as a companion and confidant. Butler. A butler is a chief male servant in a household. He is responsible for managing other staff, overseeing meals, the wine cellar, and all silverware, and ensuring that the noble home runs smoothly. The term butler can also be used more informally to refer to any personal attendant or helper. Okay. The wounds were not caused not by a man, but by a beast. I spoke to all the estate residents, desperate for any clues. No one could explain to me how such a feral creature could break into such a well-guarded place. My dear Hans, you were always busy. Even in this painting, you are sitting with your papers. Smiling not at me, but at your own thoughts. I'm no different from you, Hans. I, as an artist, painted this picture while posing for it, after all. I wouldn't trust anyone else to paint us. You gained some sadness, +1 sadness. Sylvia placed a hand on her husband's portrait. Don't worry, Hans. I'll find out what really happened to you. Suddenly, footsteps approached. Oh, Sylvia, couldn't you sleep either? So this is our handmaiden. Our lady-in-waiting. What did they call him? Just our maiden. I don't blame you. My heart still refuses to slow. But don't worry. That police officer will be here before long. I heard he's handsome. You know, you just lost your husband. Time to maybe flirt with a handsome police officer, just saying. So, tell me, what are my chances? Okay, she wants to flirt with the handsome police officer. Yep. Oh, I can only use sadness. Tease her, flirt with her. Interesting. Change the subject. I don't know, Cassiopeia. I'm so lost. With Hans gone. Sylvia, It's fine. I know you didn't mean anything by it. I'm just not in the mood. I hope you understand. Cassiopeia Globula, my maiden. She's my best friend. Since we first met, we have been closely aligned. Your relationship with Cassiopeia increased. She really knows how to help me fight my anxiety. You gain some joy. Sylvia will gain emotions during her conversations with other characters. Someone knocked on the door. After a brief pause, the butler entered the room. He bowed respectfully before speaking. My Lady Nebula, Detective Shard has arrived. Please show him to the drawing room, Gilbert. At once, milady. I won't distract you further then. I'm sure you'll appreciate some privacy. Besides, I must prepare my own plans for this evening. Wink. 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 Alone with her thoughts at last, Sylvia left the bedroom. Narrow corridors led her through the house. She hated the long, windowless corridors. There was something eerie about them. Finally, she reached the drawing room. All right, Sylvia, get your thoughts together. You need this detective's help. Even if he is a commoner. Why do we say commoner like it's a bad thing? So tell him what he needs to know, and we'll see what happens. Good afternoon, milady Nebula. Please accept my condolences for your terrible loss. Thank you. Ew, commoner. I know, right? Detective Matthew Shard is at your service, milady. This is a beautiful man. His fingers, they're like phantasmal and resplendent. Or are they like robot hands? I think they're like bone. Sylvia held out her hand and Matthew kissed it. You meet Matthew. You may call me Matthew if you wish. Oh, two-colored eyes, bicolored eyes. Very Yuna from Final Fantasy X. She smiled at him. It was a smile she had cultivated over the years. And took a step back. Welcome to the Nebula Estate, Matthew. Please, won't you take a seat? Indeed, he's handsome. Cassiopeia wasn't kidding. My Lady Nebula, I appreciate your hospitality. Let's get started. I have a few questions for you. Well, wait, is he suspecting me? Oh, my dear stars, I hired him for a different reason. Calm down, Sylvia. You shouldn't draw too much attention to myself, because that could lead the investigation down the wrong path. Sylvia nodded silently with a polite smile. His interrogation continued until beta night? Bro! And my last question for today, what did he ask us? I need to know! I need to know! You suspect anyone, milady? Okay, I have joy is the only one. So is each emotion plus 1 is like 1 point I have to use that emotion. Flatter him. Ask for some legal impressions. Brag about my wedding gift. Interesting choices. Flatter him. I don't suspect anyone, but I'm sure you'll find the truth, though. I read a great review of your work in the newspaper. Impressive, Matthew. I'm certain you'll be able to help me, too. Oh, it's really nothing, my lady. Blush. Thank you for your kind words, though. In any case, that's what I'm here for, to solve crimes. Your relationship with Matthew has increased. So, thank you for the time. Blushing. Blushing. That will be all then. I still need to question the other residents of the estate. You've only questioned me for the whole day? Matthew. Matthew. Do you have other officers to make sure nobody comes or goes? Matthew, what are we doing? You don't spend the whole time questioning one person unless you have other officers questioning other people at the same time. Now they've all gotten their stories straight with each other. Yeah, Matthew. And yet there's something about him that appeals to me. Ooh. Girl, your husband just died. If I can build a closer relationship with the detective, I'll be able to protect myself more effectively. After all, my husband was murdered, and I could be a suspect too. She was distracted from her thoughts about the future by the butler's footsteps. My Lady Nebula, I see you have finished speaking with a detective. He and the maiden found the body. Why are we not questioning these two first? Why are we not questioning these two first? I'm just saying. Question the people who found the body. I must inform you he will be staying on the Nebula estate tonight. He apologizes for the inconvenience with all due respect. But he trusts you will understand why it is necessary. It will be too dangerous to travel back to town by the time he has finished his interrogations. I have no things. Why must he stay? Why is it dangerous? Who allowed him to stay? Why is it dangerous? You say it is dangerous for our detective to leave. Why is that? The detective does not seem like someone who would easily be scared. He is hardly likely to be devoured by wild animals in the short trip back to town. No, indeed, my Lady Nebula. But I was referring to the cosmic weather forecast. You may have forgotten all the excitement, but tomorrow is Alpha Day. You know how dangerous it is for anyone to be outside on such days. Even for commoners like Matthew and I. Are commoners less susceptible to the radiation? Is it a regular day-night cycle, like me going out into the sun is considered me stepping into radiation? At night, it's lesser? Of course, so no drawing in the garden tomorrow. That is correct, milady, for your own safety. But do not worry, Cassiopeia and I will work together to create the perfect schedule for you. I do not doubt it, Gilbert. At your service, milady. I know. This one answered this one. Proceed without further questions. Oh, I guess I could have asked who allowed him to stay. It doesn't really matter. I allow him to stay! That is all I wanted to know, Gilbert. Thank you. Something in his stance made Sylvia wonder if Gilbert was hiding something behind his back. She glanced in the mirror to try to see what the butler was concealing. What could it be, I wonder? He noticed her searching gaze and took a half step away from the mirror. What's going on, Gilbert? Are you hiding something? Ah, my Lady Nebula, you have sharp eyes indeed. He moved aside and revealed a dog sitting patiently behind him. I found this puppy wandering the grounds. Look at this guy! Look at this guy! Is he like those lawn dogs? The boar, hold on. Lawn dog. Breed. Not bred. Apparently there is indeed a lawn dog that is a dog breed just by itself. Lawn dog. It's a dog breed. Didn't know this. Didn't know this. It's like Borzoi. I think it's Borzoi. Yeah, Borzoi. That's what it's making me think of. Borzoi. Can we see those? Is it too bright? It might be too bright. Yes, like a boar. I was trying to remember the name of the dog breed. It's Borzoi. Boar's in the name. He looks like so much like my old pet John. Animals with human names. Mwah. Chef's kiss. Oh, John, I had not realized until now how much I miss my old companion. You gained some sadness. Okay, so there's tactics to this. Once I use this, I can't use it again. So sometimes I might just want to ask the basic questions, and sometimes I might want to use the emotions. I thought you might appreciate some extra moral support at such a trying time. How big is this dog that Gilbert was able to hide it behind his back? Oh, thank you, Gilbert. Oh, by the bright stars, how sweet he is. Is he really just a puppy? Okay, so he is just large. Despite his size, he is still just a child at heart. I assure you of that, milady. Sylvia nodded, satisfied with the answer. She looked at the puppy. I shall call you John, too, in honor of my old companion. She named her dog after her dog! I would love to spend the rest of this evening playing with you, but there's still so much I must attend to. As a novice, Sylvia must plan her schedule for each day. As of today, as most of today has already passed, she only needs to decide how to spend the evening. Okay. Which one? Listen. This is probably a good choice. But I think you know which one I'm picking, and it's not the one where we read the fucking diary. It's the one where we play with the puppy. I've made my decision. Matthew's interrogation was exhausting. My new pet needs attention. I can't ignore that. Stretch. Hydrate. Besides, I need to relax a little and take my mind off of things. Yes, of course, a brutal murder was committed. And I am as much of a suspect as anyone else on the estate. But I need to take a mental break from time to time if I am to be successful in my quest for answers. Still, it's best not to expect a quick resolution to the case. Matthew's investigation could drag on. She looked at the puppy with a serious expression. From now on, your name is John, and you are part of my family. Please make yourself at home, but be sure to behave well. If you will assist me, Gilbert, we will need to find John a bowl and make sure he's well fed. Right away, milady Nebula. Your relationship with Gilbert increased. What about John? Oh my god, look at this dog. Sylvia's introduction to the new family member went very well. Look at this dog. Look at this dog, guys. It's a Borzoi. 100% a Borzoi. It can't be anything else. It can't be anything else. If it's not meant to be a Borzoi, then I don't know what kind of dog it is. This puppy behaves just like my previous pet. She hasn't said her previous pet is a dog, I don't think. Even though he looks a little different. He only looks a little different, though, which means it probably was a dog. Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted. The evening flew by in the blink of an eye. By midnight, Sylvia is lying on the bed, her arms flung out to the sides in exhaustion. John was very playful, so Sylvia lost track of time. Sometimes this is all one needs to be happy. Give me +1 joy. Yay. It was a wonderful meeting, my friend. Stay here. You can sleep at my side. Oh no! Where's your water bowl gone? We must solve this problem right away. I won't let you die of thirst overnight. Fetch some water myself. I already sent my chambermaid, Willow, to sleep. Never mind, I can take care of the bowl myself. John, wait for me here. I'll be back soon. Woof! She walked along the dim corridor and reached the ground floor via a wide staircase. The house was deadly quiet. Everyone was sleeping. As she approached the kitchen, Sylvia walked past Gilbert's room. She was surprised to hear voices on the other side of his door. I know Gilbert is usually the last servant to go to bed, but who else is not sleeping at this late hour? I'm gonna eavesdrop. It is a little suspicious. I need to find out what's going on. She put an ear to the door. You must be kind to all the nobles in this house. You know that it's my job to cook, not to smile. Then you must have misunderstood. I should remind you what is your primary task. I know, but the plan is flawless. We shouldn't do anything that could jeopardize it. It's for our own good and for everyone else's too. Yes, nothing will stop us. You gain some fear. Oh dear, Gilbert, just what are you planning? And who is your accomplice? Whoever they are, they seem to be standing too far from the door. I can't recognize their voice. I can't stay here any longer. It's too dangerous. She crept away from the door and continued on towards the kitchen. There, now I'll just fill a bowl and go back to my room as if nothing has happened. I must tell someone I trust what I've heard, however. I'll do that tomorrow. Until then, it is safer for me to keep quiet. The bowl I need must be somewhere here. She retrieved it from a high shelf and filled it with water. Just as she was about to leave the kitchen, her gaze fell on a kitchen knife lying in the middle of the table. The overheard conversation between Gilbert and the stranger replayed in her head. I must be able to defend myself if needed. Leave the knife where it is. You don't want the police officer to find it and think the worst. She glanced once more at the knife on the table and took a step back. I doubt I'll be able to use the knife properly. That's not why I chose not to do it, Sylvia. I think you could definitely... Listen, even if you don't know how to stab somebody, all it takes is a lot of stabs and they're gonna die anyway. I'm just saying. You don't have to be perfect to defend yourself. Without proper training, I could hurt myself. Or worse, if the attacker took the knife from me. That's definitely a bad idea. Best not to think about it. Anyway, John is waiting for me. He will protect me. There, now I'd better get back to my room. By the time she returned, John had already fallen asleep. Sylvia put the bowl beside the dog and yawned. Ugh, that was a tough day. She hugged her pillow and started to drift to sleep. She nudie? She a naked lady under that blanket? She glanced at their family portrait before closing her eyes. Is this previous John? Looks like a Samoyed. Is this previous John? You certainly have caused me a lot of trouble, Hans. I should have never agreed to marry you. Exhausted, she quickly fell asleep. But in the dead of night, Sylvia opened her eyes to find herself floating in outer space. Stars surrounded her. In the distance, two black holes were spinning around each other. Where am I? Is this a dream? Yes, this must be a dream. It can't possibly be real. Welcome to my humble world, darling. That voice. Hans? How is this possible? You've gained some fear. I have now 2 points of fear. Okay. Dead? Hans? Question mark? No, darling. That's where you're wrong. I prefer to call it changed. But that's not so accurate either. Let's see. Recognize him as Hans. You're not my husband. I must run, run. I must run, run. Did Balthazar kill you? Blame myself. Let's do this. It's all my fault. If only I'd paid more attention to you. If only I'd taken better care of you. You would have been more open with me and shared your pain. Maybe then I could have convinced you not to harm yourself. Who made you do this? Someone must have forced you to make this choice. So wait. Murdered, but she just leapt straight to suicide. It sounds like. Maybe because she feels like he did it on purpose to become this being. Maybe. I can't believe you would choose to become this. It is the duty of every noble family. Someone had to do it, and that someone was me. You must still accept it. This is how our world works. You know how nobles rule over commoners. Our rule is based on power and knowledge. As most is. Well, power and money, usually. More than knowledge, but... Speaking of which, I presume you still remember how to use your noble powers? It's natural for each noble. The only question is when their powers will awaken. You have a great gift, the power to control others with your emotions. My powers, somehow he knows about my control of emotions. Did he just know I could do that all this time, or is he somehow able to feel it? I see it in your eyes. You are already playing with your powers. Good. The faster you learn to use that gift properly, the safer you and your surroundings will be. Otherwise, your emotions will take control of you. Have you ever felt overfilled with emotions? I've probably gotten some stuff here. Globula. The Globulas are the only other noble families in town. They are renowned for their expertise in the arts as well as their passion for extravagant entertainment. The Globulas are close friends with the Nebulas, and members of the two families often spend time together. Cassiopeia Globula was chosen as maid for Sylvia to help her make a proper debut into high society. Detective. A police officer who investigates crimes. Sylvia hired Detective Matthew Shard to investigate her husband's murder. Beta Night. Beta Night is characterized by a yellow sky, always shrouded in fog. The stars are usually not visible, and yellow particles float in the air. Cosmic Forecast. A forecast used to set clocks according to the alpha and beta days and nights of the current cycle. Court astronomers are responsible for compiling with the celestial forecast. Wealthy noble families employ their own astronomers. Alpha Day. Alpha Day is a time when radiation is at its strongest and the light is very bright. During this time, people close their windows and curtains and stay indoors until Alpha Night. But the white particles floating in the air can still seep in, even through closed windows. Chambermaid. A chambermaid is a female servant responsible for cleaning and maintaining the private rooms of a noble household, such as bedrooms and sitting rooms, especially in large estates. Nobles, too. Nobles are well-versed in science, culture, and governance. They also possess supernatural abilities, which vary from one noble to the next. Emotions, too. Hans, or whatever that creature from Sylvia's nightmare might be, advised her to keep her emotions in check, for fear of them causing her harm. You could call that state emotional madness. When you can't control yourself and the emotions take over. That leads to choices which you would never choose with a cool head. So don't forget to release your emotions from time to time, even though it might not suit your plans. But that's not the only way to control them. You will discover more, and I will help you with that. So I'm guessing something could happen if I never use the emotions I gain. Discard the ones that don't serve you and combine the important ones. Experiment! With my help, you will soon discover more about yourself. A loud roar swept through the void. He looked around, his face suddenly anxious. Our time is up for tonight, darling. Oh, and one more thing. Do not trust anyone on the estate. Especially not Vivienne. Who is Vivienne? From now on, I am the only one you can trust. But, wait! Oh. Okay, I can go back and do more things now. So there's one day, hold on, load game. Let's go the other path then. Let's go to Hans. Let's see what happens. Hans needs my support. I hope I can be a good wife for him. I must be perceived as one, at least. I can't leave my husband on his own, especially on our wedding night. She made her way through the crowded ballroom. What happens if we go to Hans instead of to Balthazar? He must be in his study, poring over his papers as usual. She reached the door and was about to knock when it opened. Oh, Sylvia, it's you. Has the ball finished yet? I'm so tired of all this commotion. It really feels like he was waiting for me to come after him, or is that just my imagination? Yes, or it will be soon anyway. I was looking for you too. Suddenly, he grabbed her by the waist and pulled her towards him. Softly reject him, accept the intimacy, remind him about the deal. Ooh. Let's see. What's the deal? Remind him about the deal. Perhaps a little too forcefully pushed him away. Hans, what are you doing? This wasn't part of our deal. Have you already forgotten who is head of the Nebula House? You have not been the head for long. Take your time or you might make a fatal mistake. How dare you, after I invited you into my home? Uh-oh. My agreement is with the Nebula House, not with you. Okay, I'm curious. Let's go back to here. Softly reject him. She gently pushed him away. Not now, my love. We're too tired. Oh, it decreases it too. Let's see. Accept the intimacy. Sylvia leaned in close and wrapped her hands around the back of his neck. After a long, deep kiss, she gazed into his eyes and opened her mouth to speak. He ran his fingers along her lips before silencing them with a burning kiss. Oh my! No need for words, darling. Let's go somewhere where we can be ourselves. With that, he picked her up and carried her to their bedroom. Well, surely if the Oh Yeah song from the 80s is playing, you know, oh yeah, you know that song? Hans can't die. He can't ascend to some eldritch being if that song's playing. I'm just saying. The sheets were soft and fresh, but it seemed like he was in no mood for savoring the moment as he quenched his thirst on her. Oh my. Their wedding clothes abandoned, they gave in to their passion. She had never seen him sleep so peacefully, but she couldn't quench her thirst the way he could. When she opened her eyes, she was surrounded by stars. She tried to focus on her sleepy sight. She saw a human figure among them. Balthazar, question mark? Oh no, it's Hans again. So, if I go to Balthazar, he tells me how to use my emotions. If I go to Hans, he tells me how to use my emotions. Does Balthazar die? If Hans is here, or does Hans still die? I guess we'll find out. I need you to know I chose to be with you. I argued with my mother to the last to be with you. And you know what a steely woman she is. Oh, so that's why she is so mean to me. Now you're a part of Nebula House, I have to make sure you will not fail our great name. We've only been married a few hours. I didn't expect you would start to teach me about life so quickly. Or is this simply something that cannot wait? As an artist, you perceive the world differently, more deeply than others. You have a bright associate of a... So he says the same thing as Balthazar does. Are you following my logic? Oh, it's a different question. Balthazar asks, are you paying attention? To be honest, I don't entirely follow, but let's see where he's going with this. Great. Well then. Yep, got this. Okay. We must practice. Ask me something using your emotions. Okay. Are you excited about our honey cycle too? Joy can be used to show warm feelings towards someone or to support them. I really like your mood. Yeah, I'm really excited for this honey cycle. Oh yeah, let's go. Let's go honey cycle, baby girl. But you know, I have so much work nowadays. I hope you can forgive your busy husband. After all, I'm trying to make a better future for us. He's not as excited as I thought he was. Yes, please. Alright. You hate all of your family, don't you? Aren't you just planning to use my skills as an artist? You hate all your family, don't you? You know I do! They are all selfish and mean. We don't love each other at all. All because of power. But that is how noble lives are. It's a little coding error there. The higher you climb, the longer the fall. Do you want to ask another? Yes, please. I want to use them all. Do you have a sworn enemy? Am I living up to your expectations? Absolutely. Otherwise, why would I have married you, darling? What a question. What an answer. Is it hard to be head of a family? What should I use Balthazar for? Bro! Obviously we can use him in our love affairs. Bro, what? What? Alright, Hans. Polyamory king over here. But primarily, I'm planning to use him as an advisor in my research. You see, he's a very special man with a unique set of skills. It seems to me that you both share a similar uniqueness. No need. I understand what you're trying to teach me. As you wish, darling. At that moment, her conversation partner transformed into something else. The unknown. You know, I think Sylvia's ready to fuck the unknown. Okay, so let's see what happens. Because this is the maiden coming for us. She lay with her eyes closed for a moment as she returned to reality. My Lady Sylvia! My Lady Sylvia! So Hans still dies. But we were just talking, Hans! Why would you do this to me? My maiden Cassiopeia, our butler Gilbert, and I tried to save Hans's life, but his wounds were fatal. Nobody could explain to me how such a feral creature could break into such a well-guarded place. Now listen, Gilbert found a dog. I'm not saying John's guilty, but I'm not saying John's innocent. He's a dog. He's a big puppy. Might have just gotten a little rough. You know what I mean? He might have just gotten a little rough with his play. There's no bad dogs, just bad dog owners. And John might be a bad, or Hans might be a bad dog owner. Or Gilbert is. I can't imagine my life without you. I, as an artist, painted this picture while posing for it. Alright. I gained anger. I didn't get anger in my last one. Sylvia placed a hand on her husband's portrait. Don't worry, my love. I'll find out what really happened to you. She gently stroked the portrait, feeling every brushstroke on Hans's face. Oh, Sylvia, couldn't you sleep either? Am I flirting with her this time? I think I'm flirting with her this time. Listen. You only live once. YOLO. I gotta flirt with her. It's just the rules. I heard he's handsome, so tell me. What are my chances? Okay, wait. Can I still flirt with her? No. Not with this one. So if I want to flirt with her, I need to go back to Balthazar. Suggest a competition? I'm not going to shame her. Suggest a competition. Your chances? What about my chances? Oh, so you'd like a friendly competition, eh? Wink. Are you sure you're up to that? Are you questioning my abilities? I wouldn't dare. I'm just reminding you who you're up against, milady. A wink. She's... interesting that it could be either way. So, hold on. Let's save. What's annoying a poet person? She needs to grow up. I feel like I can't rely on her for important matters. Okay, so that just decreases my relationship. She's my best friend. She really knows how to help me fight my anxiety. I gain joy. Alright, Gilbert. Let's go meet Detective Shard again. Wink. Alright, let's see what we can figure out here. She hated the long, windowless corridors. There was something eerie about them. Even if he is a commoner. So tell him what he needs to know, and then we'll see what happens. Good afternoon, Milady Nebula. Please accept my condolences for your terrible loss. Thank you. Detective Matthew Shard is at your service, milady. Sylvia held out her hand and Matthew kissed it. You may call me Matthew if you wish. She smiled at him. It was a smile she had cultivated over the years. She took a step back. So I should look at some of these things that they sent me in the email about things I could try. Okay, I know what I'm doing this time. And took a step back. Welcome to the Nebula Estate, Matthew. Please, won't you take a seat? Alright, let's see what our options are. Let's see if I can remember. Let's see. I have only joy. So it's the same options. I could save my joy. Share my fears. I fear for my life. After all, that monster or whoever it was could still be lurking nearby. Should the guards be replaced? Unfortunately, I don't think any guard could handle such a creature. I see you need to rest, milady Nebula. I apologize for the long interrogation, and I thank you for your time. I guess I said too much, now he'll think I'm crazy. In the future, I need to be more focused. That detective needs more clues to help me uncover Hans's murderer. Such a horrific crime, the killer must be punished. Alright. Let's see, why must he stay? Who allowed him to stay? Why must he stay? Well, milady Nebula, Matthew Shard is a most thorough detective. He intends to collect all possible evidence, talk to all witnesses, and inspect the crime scene, among other things. Therefore, he will stay here until his work is complete, after which we can continue to live in peace. But he informs me that nobody can leave the estate before then, due to this being the scene of a grave crime. So, am I right in thinking we are all suspects in that case? I do believe you are correct, milady. Who allowed him to stay? I do not recall discussing such a permission with him. That's because the permission came from your mother-in-law, Matrona Nebula. Should I remind you that Matrona Nebula is now the official head of the Nebula family. I can talk. Vivienne. Oh, that's Vivienne. Okay. That's Vivienne. She always was the head of this household, even when Hans was alive. She has always disliked me. Proceed without further questions. I already know why it's dangerous. Alright, let's find the dog. He found a puppy right after a beast attacked Hans. Look at this dog. I miss my puppy too. I gained some sadness. I thought you might appreciate some extra moral support. Alright, let's see. Alright, so I'm gonna save here. I'm gonna see what the other option is, but I'm going to do this before going back because there's something I need to try. So let's go play with the dog. Let's get him. Let's get him fed. Aww. Even though he looks a little different. The evening flew by in the blink of an eye. By midnight, Sylvia is lying on the bed, her arms flung on the sides in exhaustion. John was very playful, so Sylvia lost track of time. Sometimes this is all one needs to be happy. I gained joy. It was a wonderful meeting. Okay, water bowl. Call a chambermaid for help. I've been told if you choose to play with a dog and then call chambermaid, you may see a creepy surprise. So let's see. Sylvia reached for the bell on her nightstand. Ding, ding, ding. Woof. I used this bell to call my chambermaid, Willow. There's no need to worry, John. John's face showed disapproval. He doesn't like that I called the chambermaid. No approaching footsteps were heard, but the servant suddenly called to her through the door. My Lady Nebula, did you ring for me? Yes, Willow. Please come in. I have a small task for you. Willow appeared in the room and closed the door silently behind her. Oh. She blew. Dabbity-dabba-die. Willow, this is John. He's a new resident of this estate. Willow performed an elegant curtsy. It's a pleasure to meet you, Master John. I'm Willow, the milady's chambermaid at your service. Woof woof. Willow, would you please bring John a fresh bowl of water? At once, milady. She disappeared from the bedroom as silently as she had entered it. Willow is an excellent servant, even though she can appear shy and timid. She is also a good listener. Her pale, almost blue skin makes her stand out from other commoners. She may have experienced hard times before she began working at the Nebula estate. My father told me that every commoner has a physical flaw. It is usually something related to minerals. Gilbert, for example, has a gem where his left eye should be. Oh, that's why it's a different color. Matthew has puppet-like fingers. Okay, so they're not ghostly. They're puppet fingers. There must be something more significant than just a birth defect behind such things. However, commoners tend to avoid this topic, treating it as something sacrilegious. Perhaps I should ask Gilbert about it the next time the opportunity arises. She was lost in thought when she felt someone staring at her. It was John. Their eyes met and he smiled. Yeah, I gained some fear. That is a terrifying grin. Sylvia jumped out of bed and pressed herself against the opposite wall. John watched her with a twisted, hideous grin. A sudden knock on the door broke the spell of John's stare. It is I, my lady. I brought the bowl. Please come in. Willow appeared silently in the bedroom and placed the bowl in front of the dog. John approached the bowl and immediately started lapping up the water, just like a normal dog. Sylvia was staring at him, watching for any unusual behavior. Is there anything else I can do for you, milady? Remain... Ooh. I've done this branch already. Remain silent. I don't think I can explain to Willow what's just happened. It's probably better to behave like everything is fine. Oh, Willow, you're still here. Forgive me. You may leave the rest to me. Good night, Willow. Good night, milady. Sylvia turned to John. He had finished his lapping and now licked his nose. He looked like a normal dog. She looked at John for quite some time, but decided not to move closer to him. I am clearly very, very tired. Now I really must rest. She lay down on the bed so she could keep an eye on John. The vision of his unnatural smile was still stuck in her head. And then we go... Okay. Hans. This is a much better look for Hans, I'm not gonna lie. His other look, not very, not something I would hear out. This look, I mean, what those hands doing? I say as somebody who is asexual. Again, I have 3 fears now. Dead. That's not so accurate either. Oh, I can't. I can only choose. I must run. Sylvia tried to run. There was no ground beneath her feet. The unnoble was merely floating in the vacuum of outer space. She tried to scream, but suddenly her lungs were empty of air. So much had happened to her. This was the final straw, as her eyes widened with immeasurable horror. Her body was seized by convulsions. Her exhausted heart gave up its rhythm. Death ending, overwhelmed heart. Okay, let's see. Load. Let's go to Hans's diary. But I must put Hans first tonight. I still haven't checked his diary for clues. Gilbert, please look after John. I'm afraid I will be very busy this evening. John, I'm sorry! Even though you had a creepy smile, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please forgive me, John. No, I can't deal with the sad puppy. As you wish, milady Nebula. Did I upset my butler? I've never seen him so downcast. He's usually so calm that he can appear emotionless. Like a soldier. Well, I should probably show more respect for his efforts. But that would have to wait until tomorrow. Willow help prepare for bed. She brushed Sylvia's hair in silence, her face expressionless. Sylvia didn't usually chat with her much. While Willow may be shy and timid, she is a good listener. Her skin is so pale that it appears almost blue, setting her apart from the other commoners. Okay. I hope to find more clues about his murder in Hans's notes. Of course, it's just his personal diary. I don't know what I'll find in it. She turned the next few pages. As a true noble should be, Hans was very versatile. But I'm surprised to learn that he was interested in mysticism. Now, what is this language? She stared at the page for a few seconds. Wait a minute, how did I know these words were about mysticism in the first place? She tried to read fluently without recognizing the letters, and it worked. She could understand a language she had never seen before. But it didn't take long for exhaustion to set in. I won't be able to read all of this today, but I'll at least make a start. Which topic should I read about? Oh, we have choices. Read about Hans's funeral. Is this a list of preparations for his own funeral rite? Burn the body immediately as the funeral rite demands. That's no surprise. Everyone knows dead bodies must be burned to prevent their contact with the outer lights. Your relationship with Unknown increased. Is Unknown an outer light, or... Prepare the business to be taken over by my younger brother, Victor. Oh, first mention of a younger brother, I think. The head of the Met family should be my mother, Matrona Vivienne Nebula. I'm almost sure that was written under duress. He did say he hates his family. Knowing my mother-in-law, well, our relationship with her has been far from perfect. But to force Hans to do something like that, I must have a serious talk with Vivienne. I gained some anger. That's enough for today. I'll give it another try tomorrow. Sylvia was so engrossed into reading and forgot about Willow, who was now finished with her hair. She closed the diary and turned to her chambermaid. That's enough reading, Willow. Now I really must sleep. Thank you for your care. You may go. It was no trouble, my lady. Good night. Good night, Willow. I must sleep now to gain the energy I will need to continue uncovering the truth tomorrow. She put the diary down on the nightstand and fell into her bed. Alright, let's see. Do we get different options here? Hans, I swear I will find your murderer. Oh. Let's see. Okay, so I was overwhelmed with fear. I had 3 points in fear that last time, so these, I had to choose the fear option. I had no other choices. I guess that's what he was talking about that first time. That says if you get have too many emotions, then they'll overwhelm you. That's what that means, I think. So the 3 fear points meant I had to choose fear for this. Let's see. Let's do joy. Recognize him as Hans. It truly is you, Hans. I knew you would survive. What happened to you? I see you recognize me. That's a great start. I will tell you everything, but first I must help you. Okay, talking about the noble powers. So because I had to choose the fear option, I died. That's what happened. Interesting. So that was emotional madness. At least the choices you would never choose with a cool head, so I was forced to choose to run. But that's not the only way to control them. Discard the ones that don't serve you and combine the important ones. Experiment. From now on, I'm the only one you can trust. And that's the end of the demo. Okay, let's load. Here. Read the pinned letter. Read about Ascension. If I read about this, can I ask him about Ascension in that final scene? Eerie Nebula was the first ancestor from the Nebula family to ascend. To access the void, one must reject one's flesh, one's wealth, one's feelings. To ascend, one must also give up those one holds dear. Although to become truly ascended, one must bring a victim. Oh wait, there's a note in the common language on the corner of this page. Hans's handwriting. I must avoid that condition. I mustn't involve anyone but myself. It seems Hans is taking care of me even from the afterlife. I gained some joy. Anyway, I want to know more. The Ascended became the source of power for the family. Hold on. Ascension is the ritual in which another person's soul transitions to another dimension of existence. The astral world. This ritual involves the loss of one's physical body and associated sensations, as well as other sacrifices. Being above the sky in a deep, cold void. Ah, here are some of his notes. The term void in old text usually refers to it as now known as the astral world. A dimension of existence where physical matter does not exist, but souls take on form. This term is used in ancient texts and legends, and it is synonymous with the astral world. Another dimension of existence where physical matter doesn't... Okay. Got it. The place between a dream and a physical world. In fact, without the proper magnifying tools, one can see a distant reflection of the astral world in the night sky. Because all those shining shards in the sky aren't stars at all. Whoa, that's a lot of mysticism. Could that really be true? I wish I could ask him about it in person, but I definitely need to find out more. Perhaps I should think about asking someone. Alright. Good night, Willow. That's a tough day. Now let's see if it lets us talk about it. Let's see. You're dead? No, darling, that's where you're wrong. I prefer to call it change, but that's not so accurate either. I can. This emotion doesn't change the outcome, okay. How can I join you? Can you show me how to do it? Not so fast, darling. But I like the way you think. Firstly, you must become my priestess. But you must keep it a secret. Especially from my mother. Vivian would not like it at all. I have no response. I have no response. Okay, nothing there yet. Ask about Vivienne. I know Vivienne is head of the house now. She was in charge even before your death, how do you say that word? Albeit? Google. Answer my question. Albeit. I knew that! Why couldn't I think of it? It was not coming to me. It was not coming to me. It was escaping me. She was in charge even before your death, albeit unofficially. Is that why I shouldn't tell her anything about you? Well, not only that, you see, she exerts some kind of control over me. Even here in the astral world, or rather especially here. You will find out more about it later, I assure you. But it is more important that I presume you still remember how to use your noble powers. It is natural for each noble. The only question is when their powers will awaken. Okay. Yes. So I need to figure out how else I can die. I bet taking the knife will get me killed. Let's see what else it says in the notes that I got from the developers. Okay, yep, I figured out the ascension thing. Choices and choices with emotions, both changing the outcomes. Alright. Let's see, let me load. We have one more thing to look at here. Read the pinned letter. Oh, it's my letter to Hans. I didn't know he had kept it all this time. How sweet. I gained some joy. Dear Hans Nebula, I am deeply touched by your generous gifts and your concern for my family's well-being. I have also received your invitation to the Nebula family's birthday ball. I will gladly accept your invitation and will be there. I am waiting for our meeting with bated breath. Signed, Sylvia Nova. Nova, huh? Did I not know my own last name? The Nova family are less wealthy and less well-known than the Nebula and Globula families. Sylvia was born into the Nova family. The name of my family. It brings back some memories, and not all of them are good. Sylvia turned the letter over in her hands, descending into memories. They let me leave. Otherwise, I wouldn't be living here as part of the Nebula family. Anyways, the past is the past. Hold on, there's something on the back of the letter. Tame her, or you won't be able to pass the doors of the void. You gain some fear. Uh-oh. I gained fear, guys. Which means I'm gonna get overwhelmed again. Would Hans listen to such advice? Did I really know my husband? Have I been tamed? Who wrote that anyway? Ugh, too many questions. So let's see. I should get a one fear when I go back to Hans. Let's see if it overwhelms me again. Is that a flower? Or some sort of insect? Let's see. Yes, so here I have 3 fears. Let's see. Yep, I have to run. I must run. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, what do we want to try? Let's go here. Let's go play with dog. And let's go and let's take the knife. Let's take the knife. Oh no, your water bowl! Where did it go? We didn't get him a water bowl, we fed him. I can take care of the bowl by myself. I'll be back soon. Let's ignore it and head to the kitchen. Eavesdropping does not befit a noble. Oh, so I don't take the knife when I do that. Interesting. Interesting. So I have to listen to him to take the water bowl. Or to take the knife. Alright, let's see. Let's fetch water myself. And let's go and eavesdrop. Dun 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 dun. I gained 1 fear. Alright, let's take the knife. Take the knife with you. I hope I won't have to use this knife, but having it with me will put my mind at ease. There. By the time she returned, John had already fallen asleep. Does anything happen if I have the knife? Does this change at all? This is the only other thing that happens. Oh, I gained fear again. I have to run. Alright. So I don't think anything else can happen with the knife at this point. Alright. Might have to go back here. I could say I'm scared of him. Hans gives me the shivers. His behavior screams to me, don't trust him. Hans is not even here for it to decrease. Hans, please. This is not how I imagined our relationship would be. I see. If you are satisfied with my answer, I'm still waiting for your answer to my question. Oh yes, your question. We met but in another life. Alright. And then I have a panic attack. I was between 2 black holes in the nightmare, which is interesting. Because that was the one where I didn't learn about them. Her vision dimmed, she was close to fainting. That pinch of truth got him beat up. Alright. He had not appeared because he died. Or ascended. Alright, let's see. This is just a tutorial section again. Are you going to die soon? Because I'm jailed in your cellar? No, Sylvia, I'm not going to die. At least I'm not planning to. But I'm glad you're worried about me anyway. Besides that, is there anything else? Of course. Isn't it lonely in your cell? Why, do you want to join me? Mm-hmm. No, or you just haven't decided yet? Just kidding. Don't mind me. What else did I not ask him? Why are you lying about your celestial background? I am not. How dare you say something like that after you were there with me? In any case, would you like to talk about something else? Alright, and then joy. Can we be together again? Together? I knew you remembered me. Did the stars on my body give you a hint? Never mind, I'm happy to hear you don't hate me. You want to know me even better? No, that was enough. The unknown. It was a horrible beginning to Beta Day. No one knew how or why, but Hans was dead. Alright. We're gonna have to try to figure out these other endings. Stretch. I'm stretching. Thank you for the stretch and the hydrate. Let's see. Can I flirt this time? I can. Cassiopeia, do you really need another man? Aha, are you jealous? I knew you wanted him for yourself. You misunderstand me. I'm not going to let anyone take you from me. I want to keep you all to myself. Wow, I can tell you're serious about this. I see. In that case, milady, just know you'll have to work hard to win me over. When have I ever shied away from a challenge? Strong words. We'll see if you can live up to them, milady. She's my best friend. Okay. Wink. All the winks. Let's see. What could possibly cause more death endings? Oh, now this says beta instead of alpha. Did it say alpha? What did it say? What did it say before? It didn't say beta. Brag about my wedding gift. Hans gave me a very unusual wedding gift. Here, a necklace. She held it up to her neck without fastening it. Well, does it suit me? He looked at the necklace with slight disgust, but commented as politely as he could. Pretty much. He doesn't look excited. These commoners, they know nothing about true art. I apologize for my rudeness, but my lady, do you know how your husband obtained it? It is merely a tool for controlling my new servant. May I speak with them? For that, you must ask for permission from Matrona Nebula. Now that Hans is gone, she is the head of the family. I believe it's Balthazar. He whispered something to himself before leaving the room, but Sylvia had heard it. Interesting. As I thought. Wait, what? Does he know Balthazar? Something tells me I'll regret those words of mine. Would I have said something different to Matthew if I'd had the chance? Not that all conversations go smoothly, I suppose, but I shouldn't dwell on that. I have a goal, and I'll find a way to achieve it. Am I a worthy Nebula or not? Cosmic weather. Okay. It's a dog! I gained 1 sadness. Alright, ads are about to start, so I think I'm gonna pause here. And I'm gonna take a break, and I'll be back. We might try to get more endings. I'm kind of running out of things to do in the demo, because it's a demo, but it was a fun little demo, but we'll see. I might still try to get another death ending. I don't know if I'll get the demo ending. They have a demo ending, which might just be the, end of the demo, like when I talk to, Hans, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna try to at least get another death ending. I'll be back. Everybody have a good break. Alright. I am back. Let's see. So I'm gonna try the dog thing again. I want to see if I can die to the dog. Let's see. Okay, enjoy. No water. Call a chambermaid for help. Disapproval. An elegant curtsy for the dog. Alright, talking about commoners and how they have minerals that kind of change their bodies. And then I feel something staring at me. It was John. And then the creepy damn smile. Ask Willow to take John away. And did he just answer her question with a nod? I don't think anything happened different. Do I get 3 fears? No, only 2. Let's see. You're not my husband. In fact, we were practically strangers. Oh, interesting. Tell him my story, don't share your story. Let's do a quick save here. It's simple, really. All I wanted was to escape from my parents' home. That's it? Was your motivation so banal? Well, it was and it wasn't. My parents have been cold towards me since I was very young. As I grew older, I realized that they were afraid of me. Did you ever think you might have been adopted? Yes, I did. So I decided to keep my truth hidden from society, whatever it may be. The marriage proposal was an opportunity for my parents to remove such an untrustworthy descendant from my family. Do you still believe you have ignoble origins? Not at all. I feel like I'm a noble anyway, just not one who came from my parents. I gained some joy. It seems like you know more than I do. Would you tell me the truth? Well, only partly and only later. I presume you still remember. Okay, so he goes back to that. Okay, let's reload, because I think this is going to be the same. Don't share your story. Whoever you may be, that's none of your business. Fair enough. I'm not saying I know everything, but it really isn't important right now anyway. Interesting. I have no idea how to get another death ending. Let's see. Let's try this again. Remind him about the deal. Maybe he gets mad at me. This wasn't part of our deal. My agreement was with the Nebula House, not with you. And I can fulfill my obligations on my own. I don't need a man for the ritual of birth, after all. An artist can draw a picture which brings a new noble to life. Such rituals have a high chance of failure, so skilled artists are valued by noble houses. So this is a woman who doesn't need no man to birth a baby. Oh, this is it. Oh, alpha. Does it just say alpha? It does just say alpha. That doesn't look like an H, but that's what it is. It says alpha instead of beta. I got it. I figured it out. As for getting satisfaction, we'll see how you behave. Anyway, I'm going to bed. Don't stay up late working on your papers. Keep your nose out of my business. She gave him an ironic smile and went to the bedroom alone. So who talks to me if neither of them are happy with me? Oh, it's neither. I'm your subconscious. Interesting. So wait. Oh, cool. You grew up as a typical noble girl. You had servants to take care of you, teach you, and protect you. But you had an obligation to marry a wealthy noble. And here we are. Yes, I do. I want to find out more. Well, you're very lucky to have Hans. Even if neither of you openly speak about love, it's fine. Marrying a stranger is exactly how noble society works. Why are you pretending to be me? I am you, Sylvia. I know you're not used to talking to yourself, but it seems like you finally feel lonely enough, so here we are. Damn. Why do I hate myself? Where did this pain come from? You must increase your self-esteem and be more sure of yourself. Be strong. Eat or be eaten. Am I sick? Most people have an inner voice, but not all. Usually there's a reason to perceive it as a fully formed personality. Shades of Battleline. Shades of Battleline! God. Oh, good old Battleline. I need to replay Celeste. Should I be worried about Hans's gift? This gift is unusual indeed, but in our world you will meet even more bizarre and eerie things. It is best to be prepared. What do you know about my parents? You are from the noble family of Nova. The name means new in Latin. That's not what I asked! That's not what I asked! That is not what I asked! This bitch won't give me any answers. Why do I feel lonely? You feel lonely because you are lonely. Or because you're bored. Whatever the cause, it is in your power to change the situation. That's it. My husband is dead, guys. My husband is dead. Alright, let's just do regular. Tease her. You're looking for trouble again. Have you already forgotten how your last affair ended? Me? Wherever did you get that idea for the sake of the eclipse? I only invited him here because of the murder investigation. You'd better get ready to meet your detective. A wink. Stu is such an annoying person. I'm gonna see if something weird happens. I hope she doesn't say something silly to the detective. Or worse, something that will get me in trouble. You gain some anger. Alright. I like her, though. I like Cassiopeia. Let's see. Need to wait till I get to the questions I can actually answer. This emotion feels useless here. How dare he suspect me? Show him my majesty. Alright, let's see here. Alright, Matthew, we're doing some tests. I only have 2. How dare he suspect me? You think it was me? I am your employer. How dare you suggest my involvement in this crime? Please calm down, Milady Nebula. That's not what I meant. But you must understand that I have to consider all possibilities. What is wrong with me? I need to control myself. Do you have an alibi? You were alone in your bedroom. You were alone in your bedroom. I don't think you have an alibi, girlie. Show him my majesty. I have told you everything I know. I'm afraid you don't recognize who you're talking to. I am the only artist in this noble family. Bloody tentacles appeared behind Sylvia. Fear spread across Matthew's face. What the fuck? Lady Nebula, Indeed, how could a commoner understand? I ensure the health of every noble, and I am responsible for the next generation. Lady Nebula, please, it was not my intention to be disrespectful. All I want is to... Enough, you are here to work! So do your job and find the criminal, and stop bothering me with your annoying questions. But be careful, this approach can cause the emotion to return or intensify. Interesting. It seems as though I'm experiencing pleasure from that man's fear. Am I really so cruel? Oh, I got a lot of... I got anger, I got joy, and I got fear from that. Alright, let me save this. I want to see if that changes anything. Put it there. But I still want to load here. Okay. Share a suspicion. I believe the murderer is still here. I don't suspect anyone in particular, but I think it must be one of the residents of the estate. Really? And what makes you think that? Hans used to lock himself in his study from the inside, so that no one would disturb him. I used to knock on the door whenever I wanted to talk with him, while he was lost in his papers. Not only out of respect, but because I simply don't have the keys. When we found his body, the door was open but not broken. This is a very important detail, Milady Nebula. I'll take that into account. Okay. And yet, there's something about him that appeals to me. Either you like looking smart in front of him, or you like scaring the shit out of him. There's no middle ground. Alright, hold on. Load. Tell him about the prisoner. Well, I was the one who caught him here. If I can't trust Matthew, can he even help me? Hans brought me a convicted prisoner and brought him to the estate. Do you suspect this prisoner in your husband's murder? I'm not sure. The guards will have been watching over him all night. But still, there's something eerie about him. Matthew wrote something in his notebook. Has been watched all night, you said? Where can I find him? I'd like to interrogate him as well. He's in the cellar, locked in his cell. You have to ask the Matrona! It's Balthazar! Of course it is. Alright. And was there one more? Share my sorrow. Matthew, I simply don't have the strength to speculate. I have just lost my husband. My dear Hans did not deserve such a horrible death. All the happy moments we shared, all the difficult ones too. Her voice cracked. A lump formed in her throat and tears started to spill from her lashes. I opened my doors after my break, and my cat has not come back. I'm going to shake the bag. Let's see if he comes running. Oh, he is. Have you gotten over yourself, sir? Have you gotten over yourself? Come here. I'm sorry I had to kick you out, but you were being very rude. You were being incredibly rude, sir. You were biting me, and you were jumping up and attacking me, and you kept going behind the monitor even though I told you no. Somebody was a naughty little man. But there you go. You can come back in now. You earned that treat by not being rude. Okay. Understand? Come here. Understand? Yeah, you're a sweetie boy. You coming down? Okay. There we go. You can get your paw off of there. You can stay in my lap. I gained some sadness. Sylvia can try to calm some of her emotions. How do I calm the emotions? Hi, buddy. This is a happy boy who wants attention, but only on his terms. And doesn't understand that his terms cannot be going behind the monitor. This is still not a cat studios, though. Which means you aren't in the game. There's not a cat, there's a dog. If it is a dog. It might not be a dog. That's all I'm saying. You want to say hi? Oof, you are leaving hair everywhere, dude. Alright, what does Matthew have to say? I cannot share in your grief because we are simply not acquainted enough. We all have our own sorrows, but they are too personal to compare. A loss like this will never make sense. But one thing I know for sure is that we must endure. We must fight for what is right to change this world for the better. I agree with that, Matthew. Surprise and appreciation. Here, milady, take my handkerchief. Oh, this is a... Hold on. This is a thing. Can I use my hands, please? I need that hand in particular, otherwise I gotta go like this. And that's just not gonna work with you standing there. Also, it's a right-handed mouse, not a left-handed mouse. What are we doing? Do my fingers taste good? You just want lots of attention. Are you lonely, sir? Do you miss Aspen? I bet you miss Aspen. What are we doing? Okay. No, don't chase my hand. Go up on your bed. There you go. There's no treats up there. Did I save this? I did. Take a step closer. You can call me Sylvia. Of course, Sylvia. It is an honor to receive your permission. Ahem. Today we are fighting for your husband, so let us win this fight. You are right. I must be strong. A murderer needs to be exposed. Please forgive my sudden weakness. I have not seen anything worthy of judgment. Bud. He's gotta question other people, buddy. Come here. Come here. You're in the way. You're knocking over Brush Buddy. Brush Buddy's on my microphone. My god, dude. You are so needy. You're so needy. Ow. What was that for? That's rude. Do that. Don't do that. He bit me and you redeemed a treat, Larkin. He bit me and you redeemed a treat. You hear that? You get a treat. Alright, here you go. No, you can't put your head in there. Just come up here and get it. Your hand is the treat. Yeah. Apparently. Apparently. Alright, Matrona. I don't really have any other questions. They don't do anything different. I have 2 sadness. Can I get another sadness? Let's go do this. I'm sorry, I've made you so sad. Let's see, Hans's diary. Do I remember what makes me sad? I don't. I'm just assuming something here makes me sad. do the letter. I gained a fear. Nope, okay, there was no sadness there. Fluffy puppy! Alright, I have searched for other endings, and I cannot find any. I am sure there are other ways to die, but I don't know what it is. Let's see. I have all these options now. Did I have them all before? I think I did. I don't think I've asked him, accuse him. Okay, so hold on. I don't think I've done the anger. Let's replace this one. I know there are more pages, but I don't need all the pages. Accuse him. Were you the one who killed Hans? If this void is my witness, I'm serious. Didn't expect that. No, I am not his murderer, but I can help you find out who did it. Are you interested? Try trusting me. What do you have to lose? Okay, we have some split options here. Demand an immediate answer. Please tell me if you know, otherwise I have nothing further to discuss with you. I see, you're so stubborn, darling. As long as you don't blame me once you know. After all, if anyone's to blame, it's you. What are you trying to say? It's simple, darling. You killed me. I was sure I remembered everything about last night. She couldn't remember anything about the night before, except how they found Hans's body. My memory is failing me. I can't prove that I'm innocent. I can't prove it to him, nor even to myself. No, that can't be true. You're lying. I think I might have found another ending. Liar. He's right. I wasn't ready for this. What should I do now? How can I live with this? Who am I? Death ending. Sanity lost. Okay. Load. Back to here. What happens if I listen to him? Okay, so that's just regular. So let me go back over here. Why are you torturing me? I will be your master. How can I join you? Okay, so I have to somehow get anger and sadness here. If I had saved, I don't think I saved. Well, I did. Okay. I need to read about Ascension and have anger and sadness on. Anyway. You're not my husband. Why are you torturing me? Are you an evil spirit come to punish me for my sins? Can't you see I'm mourning my husband? How dare you appear before me and show me this terrible sight? I was already struggling enough. I'm not here to torture you. Please hold yourself together. Okay. Let me see. Where do I want to go back to? Here. Let me see. And I'll have anger and sadness. Okay, so let's see. And then he has a dog, but we're gonna go to the diary again and we're gonna read about Ascension. Let's see. Sorry, John. Sorry, John. I don't mean to betray you like this. I'm so sorry. Alright, let's go and read about Ascension. Okay. And then we'll dream, and I should be able to use both anger and sadness. Because I've done joy already. Alright, let's see. Save here. So anger, I will be your master. I have your diary, Hans. You came here into my dreams to ask me for something. It seems like you're in trouble. So I should be the one telling you what to do. Serve me and I will spare you. Really, darling? Alright, if that's how you want to play it. I won't stand for these fantasies. You're pathetic, weak, childish, and worthless. You know what? I've changed my mind. I don't need you. Ooh, we got another death. We got another death. We need to find one more death ending. Thank you for rescuing the grub, Chocobro. The grub father thanks you, and so do I. She tried to fight for air. I will find someone worthier than you. Don't you dare. It may take a long time to find a fitting substitute, although by human measurements of time, I can wait. I have an eternity. Killed in the void. Now let's load. It's this one, right? Yeah. And then sadness. Oh, there's no response for that one. I thought there was. I thought I could. I thought it said I could ask about Balthazar. Alright, let's do this one then. I knew it was a dangerous idea to bring a convicted criminal onto the estate. How thoughtless of you. False prophet has nothing to do with my current state. As opposed to you, in fact. But more importantly, okay. What else could cause my death? All of the deaths have been in this void area. I want to see something real fast. Okay. Give me the dog. Let's see. Now, I'm not gonna ask about Ascension. I just want to see if I can see that other option when I hover over it again. I read the pinned letter. Okay, let's see. Yeah, see, I can hover over it here, and it gives me an option. But when I actually am able to do it, it says there's not an option to do that. That's interesting. That's interesting. Ask about the taming. Oh, because I read it. In your diary, I found my first letter to you. Ah, so sweet, isn't it? But on the back of the letter, I read about taming. Can you explain that to me? I thought you'd be smart enough to figure it out yourself. I presume you still remember how to use your noble powers. Oh. And so it just goes to that. Alright. Well, it's a little early, about an hour early, but I feel like I've gotten a lot out of this demo. I didn't find one of the endings, but I'm not sure what else to try. I'm sure there's something I missed. And maybe somebody will tell me what it is. But yeah, I had a good time with it. I can't wait to see how it develops. It's public demo is available on Monday if you want to try it for yourself and see if you can find the ending I didn't find. I'm assuming the demo ending is just me getting to the end of that demo, because it said there were 4 death endings and 1 demo ending, and I'm assuming the demo ending is just me. The void is shouting or screaming or something, and fake Hans or whatever gets scared. But yeah, I had a good time. I had a good time with it. And hopefully, if you want to, you can enjoy it on Monday when it's available to everybody on Steam. Alright, let's go over here. I'm gonna find somebody to raid. I don't know if anybody else will be playing this game. Let's see. We'll see. We'll see. What is the... STARCULT. That's what it is. Twisted Age. Probably just me. Yes, it is just me. So let's see who's live. The raid train is done, so I can't use that for an easy person to pick to raid. Who is live that I want to raid into? Let's raid into Farting Tart. They were with us on our Elden Ring prop hunt. And they're playing Dino Blade. Dino Blade, the Souls-like where there's dinosaurs and they have weapons. It's pretty badass, I'm not gonna lie. I want to play it. But I don't own it yet. Raid Farting Tart. And we're gonna do our Keepies raid phrase. Sorry, it's a little bit of a shorter stream. I had a long day at work because I had to sell everything down, but we also had somebody out of the office that wasn't supposed to be, and she was the one who was supposed to take the vault from me and who I was supposed to sell my drawer to, so we had to figure all out those logistics, and the last hour and a half of work was incredibly busy. But yes, thank you all for hanging out today, for watching me play this demo. I'm going to upload the demo to my YouTube channel on Monday when the demo goes live, so if you missed a lot of it and you want to see more of it, you can watch it again there when I post it. I'll be live again tomorrow and Sunday, but next week I will not be live at all because I'm going to San Diego for my cousin's wedding. So, that'll be fun, but no streams at all Monday through the following Sunday, so I won't be live again after this Sunday until the 2 Tuesdays. 2 Tuesdays! Go back to Dragon Age. Alright. Thanks everyone, have a great day, and see you tomorrow.